Alrighty, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to use your Motif Luna breast pump. I'm going to walk you through how to assemble your parts, how to hook it up, and how to find a comfortable setting for you. So first things first is a look at what you're going to need. I am just going to set this up as a single pump today, but obviously you would just repeat this step twice to do double pumping. Now for most people, double pumping has been proven to be a bit more effective and gives out more milk with massaging than single pumping, but for people like me, single pumping can be more effective. It just really depends. You'll have to play around with it and see what works for you. But like I said, today I'll just be setting it up as a single pump so I'm not repetitive. So here's a look at what you're going to need. Obviously right here, this is the motor. We've got a collection bottle, the things to set up for the backflow protectors, the connector, the membrane, the wall adapter, because this pump is only powered by the wall adapter, and then also some tubing. And this is a look at the motor itself. I will go over the different buttons once we have it all hooked up, but your tubing port is right here in front. As you can see, it's covered up to be a single pump right now. You would just pop that open for it to be a double pump. But like I said, for the sake of the video, I will keep that closed and I will be setting it up as a single pump today. But we're gonna go ahead and assemble some of our parts. The nice thing about the connectors from the Motif Luna is they're pretty much all one piece. So this is the flange, and as you can see, there's really nothing to put on other than the duckbill membrane right here. So you're just going to go ahead and put that on. Now after washing, I do find it good to give the duckbill valve a good squeeze like this, just to make sure that it's open. It's not sealed shut by any kind of soap or anything. So once you do that, it's going to allow some milk through. But that's basically all you need to do for the connector part right now. You could go ahead and screw it onto the bottle and just set it right there. And then for the backflow protector, you've got 3 pieces right here. This is going to look pretty similar to other backflow protectors if you've ever had experience with them, but you want to go ahead and you want to place the smaller plastic piece on top of the white piece, and then you just want to pull the lip around like that. So you just want to make sure that it's well sealed and well on there, just like that. And then you're going to take this piece and you just kind of lay it into this one. And you just press all around to make sure that it's now one entirely closed piece. And there's your backflow protector. Get it to focus on there for you guys. There we go. So as far as what end to go into the connector and what attaches to the tubing, this is what the tubing attaches to, and this is what goes inside of the connector. So you're just going to pick up your bottle and connector now. And what I like to do is I like to place it on here, but then I twist to kind of adjust inwards. I feel like that's a little less harsh on these. It is a pretty common thing with some use. Sometimes these plastic pieces on here can break off. So I find that the twisting is a little bit more gentle than just shoving it in. So that's what I like to do. But then you can go ahead and take your tubing, get it to focus on here for you guys. And then you're just going to want to go ahead and do the same thing. I basically just kind of put it on and I do the same thing with the twisting motion. And I try to also keep my other hand pushing against the back side of the backflow protector so it's not going to snap off or anything. So that's what it's going to look like all set up for you. And then you can obviously just take the other end of the tubing and you're going to go ahead and put it on one of your tubing ports. And like I said, if you wanted to double pump, you would just repeat this process. You would open up this flap and you would install the second set of tubing on this side. I'm sorry, it's not focusing well for you guys today. There we go. So if you wanted to double pump, you would just lift this flap and put the tubing in there, but we're going to keep it as is. And now we can go ahead and plug in our wall adapter. So you're going to go ahead, plug it in, and then just kind of move the excess cord out of the way. And I'm going to zoom you guys in and talk about how to find a comfortable setting for you. Okay, so you've got it all set up, you're ready to pump, and you want to know how to turn this on and use it. So to go over the buttons, this right here is your power button. Over here, we've got the cycle rates. This is going to give you different frequencies. Over here is your suction levels. This right here is the light button, and then it does have 3 different settings, as you can see. So you'll have to hit that a few times to turn it off if you accidentally turn it on. And this button over here on this side is to adjust between massage and expression mode. And we'll go ahead and turn it on. As you can see, you do have a light up LCD screen. You've got a timer down here at the bottom to track how long you've been pumping for right here is going to show you what mode you have it on. Like I've mentioned before, I tend to stay in massage mode, so right now you can see it's lit up as massage. That'll disappear and you'll see expression if we change the mode. So there you go. And that's just, like I said, the button you use to switch in between each of those modes. So if we go back to here, I did want to point out that with this massage mode, you cannot adjust the cycle rate. It's not going to change no matter what increase or decrease button you hit, because that's just a fixated cycle rate on massage mode. But you can increase and decrease the suction. So you can see I was on 2, you can make it go down to 1, you can make it go up to 3, you can just keep going. There's a few different settings over here. So whatever you may need. And then over on massage mode, you do have different cycle rates you can choose from. It looks like I am at the highest one right now, so you could bring it all the way down for a really low cycle, a really low frequency for you if you prefer that. And then of course you can adjust the suction as well, just like you could over on the other mode. As you can see, it goes pretty high, it gets pretty intense if you need that. So I turned the pump off to show you that it is going to remember where you left off. So if I turn this back on, you can see it's right where I turned it off at, meaning the setting wise is what I'm talking about. So if I put this over on massage mode, and like you saw, I had it on level 2, I turn it off, and then I turn it back on, that's exactly the setting it's going to pick up on. This is great for if you just need to jump right back into your pump session and your pump turned off. However, if you are going to use this after not pumping for a while, you may want to either not put your flange on right away and go ahead and lower it to a more comfortable setting to start off with before you start pumping, or to try and do that before you stop pumping for your previous session. Just whatever's easier for you to remember, but just try to keep it in mind that this is going to pick up exactly where you leave it. So it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, just try to keep that in mind. And I did want to mention, when it comes to finding a comfortable setting for you, it's just going to vary from person to person. I mentioned to you guys that I like to stay in massage mode. It's what's most comfortable for myself. I like the higher frequency, I respond better to it. However, there's people who are going to use one of those really lower level 38 kind of cycle rates that really like a long drawn out suck. It's really going to be different from mom to mom. That's why you need to experiment and try it yourself. Find what setting works well. I will say my recommendation is to start low and work your way up as far as suction goes, and then actually reverse that for your frequency level. I would start with a high frequency and work your way down. So basically what I'm saying is when you first get this pump, I would go ahead, keep it on massage mode. Obviously you can't adjust the cycle rate like I said, but start low on this one, and then increase the suction if you find it's not drawing out milk well, and then keep increasing and keep increasing. Now if you go all the way up to 5 here on massage mode and you find it's still not effectively drawing out milk, go ahead over into expression. I would still start with the highest cycle rate on 46, and I would still start low, and then keep increasing the suction just like I said on the other setting. Now, if you notice through all this, you find a comfortable suction level, but you don't really like the feeling of the frequency, go ahead and start lowering that a little bit by little bit until you can find something that suits you. So like I said, when it comes to suction level, start low, work high. When it comes to frequency level, start high, work low. I'm sure doing that, you're going to find something that's comfortable. You want to find something that totes the line of effectively drawing out milk but isn't painful. Not using enough suction cannot empty you. It can lead to clogged ducts. It can lead to milk supply decrease, but also using too much suction can cause nipple trauma. It can also decrease your supply because you're not comfortable, and it can obviously just be super painful. So you need to find something in between that effectively draws out milk but isn't causing you any discomfort. Unfortunately, the only way you can find that out is through trial and error and messing around with the settings on your pumps. That's why I wanted to walk you through this stuff today. But that is everything that I have for today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks for watching.